Welcome to the Silent Trading channel. Today I'll be analyzing the gold chart on Friday the 13th of February for you guys to see whether the 4-hour candle right now it is in a bullish or a bearish price action. And we'll also be including the daily time frame and the 1-hour time frame to see whether the bias right now is going to be on the upside or the downside, right? But before you guys watch, please subscribe, like, comment and share if you like this video, to support me in my trading journal and to support me in my guiding you guys to trade based on how I'm using my theory, my strategy to trade, right? So right now we're gonna be starting on the 4-hour time frame first, right? On the 4-hour time frame, we observed that the 4-hour time frame yesterday went all the way up to create a high wick, right? A top wick, before pulling back and dumping the price all the way down to where? Down to about 4878.2 before pulling back up. And this all the way down here, the 4-hour candle went down all the way to touch this weekly support, right? This is a weekly support that I have drawn before this because we need to be able to understand that there are support and resistance residing in higher time frame too, to be able to understand that when the lower time frame managed to push down to touch weekly time frame support, daily time frame support, that may be the catalyst or the reason that the price keeps going down or keeps going up. So we also need to be drawing the support and resistance for every single time frame there is to be able to understand where the price is going to move to be able to understand when the price is showing some kind of price action about where it is going to or where it is not going to, right? So as we can see on the 4-hour time frame, the weekly time frame or the weekly support isn't broken yet by the 4-hour candle or by the 4-hour time frame, because this candle over here pushed down all the way to touch the weekly support, and before pushing down, clearing off stop loss for those buying on the weekly support, and then after that pulling back up, right? And the next candle went all the way up and then all the way down, creating both a bottom and a top wick before closing as a red candle. And the next candle went all the way down, right? All the way down to touch weekly support once more before pulling back and then creating a reversal over here. And this reversal is what we call a complete reversal. But it wasn't created successfully by its first move, because successful reversal should be created below previous candle's bottom wick, right? Which means if this reversal was to be successful, it first has to drop down all the way to below previous candle wick and then start creating a reversal from below and then start pushing up. But never mind, since this is a unsuccessful reversal but a complete one, we do know that a complete reversal, it is what indicates the price action. And this reversal, when complete, the next candle, right, the next one or two candle went all the way down to retrace before this candle over here pushed down to create a bottom wick before pulling back up and then pushing up again, right? Pushing up again to where? To touch the 5,000 resistance before pulling up and creating a high wick of about 5,011 and then start pulling back down, right? But still managing to close above previous candle resistance, which is here, which means this bullish price action over here is a complete one before pushing up, right? Creating a higher high and higher low, right? And then now manage to push down, retrace. This push down is a retracement before pushing back up again and then managing to what? To break resistance, which means right now the price is creating a higher low, correct? But a higher high isn't created yet, at least until this candle is closed before, right? If this candle is closed or at least pushed down to close as a red candle before pushing back up at a new candle and push all the way up and expand upward, it'll be what we call a higher low and higher high, which means this reversal is a legit one, right? So when this reversal is a legit one, what we need to be able to do is we need to be able to wait, be patient and wait for the price to retrace before we start buying. But right now, it is a bit too late to buy because why? Because this candle over here, this current 4-hour candle over here, has already created a bottom wick before the price start pushing back up. Which means right now we wait for the price to push up, and this 4-hour candle must be able to close above previous candle wick. If this 4-hour candle is able to close above previous candle wick, the next candle retracement or the next candle bottom wick creation, it is where we're gonna buy. But right now we shouldn't be buying, because buying right now, it is what I call a follow buy, or in your terms it will be called a panic buying, which means we are not panic buying because we understand that the chart has its high and low, and we wait for the price to retrace before we start buying, which means every candle must be closed before the next candle creating the bottom wick. It is where we're gonna buy. But if you're not patient enough and you're not gonna wait for the 4-hour candle to close in about 3 hours and 25 minutes, at least go lower to the 1-hour time frame to see whether the 1-hour time frame is gonna close as a green candle, or if the 1-hour time frame or the 1-hour candle is gonna close above this previous candle's wick. If this candle is able to close above this previous candle's wick in about 25 minutes, the next candle creating a bottom wick, it is where we buy. Which means if this 1-hour candle went up all the way to close above this wick, the next wick is gonna be creating, it is where we're gonna buy, right? And when we buy waiting for the price to pull back or close as a red candle before pushing back up at a new candle, which means we are either gonna buy at this low wick over here. It can be however low you want, right? You can place a buy limit, you can buy by market execution, depends on you, depends on what you're gonna do. If you're not gonna be on the chart forever, you're not gonna be watching the chart, you're gonna be placing a buy limit. But if you're gonna be watching the chart, you'll then wait for the candle to close, and then after the new candle top bottom wick creation, it is where you're gonna be buying, right? Or if the price is doing a worse thing that it should be doing is if the price pull back and push all the way down, right? This down candle, if it's gonna drop down, you're gonna be buying at where? At this wick over here before the next support is gonna be hitting. Because if price is gonna push up and it dumps first, it's gonna be creating a bottom wick, right? Creating a support or reversal over here before starting to push up, which means if the price dump down right now, we're gonna be buying at the wick before the next support, because this is a support which is what we call key support or key level support. So if you're going to be buying, we're going to be buying before the price touch the next key level support, because touching the next key level support means the price is going to drop down further and further, right? So your buy limits should be either at here or here, alright? So this is both the analysis for the 4-hour and the 1-hour candle, which means we either wait for the price to break above, right? We either wait for the price to break above and break resistance, or we wait for the price to drop down and retrace, right? And just now I have just draw the chart, right? And you see the price has already break above. You see this expansion over here, which means this expansion shows a willingness in the chart to be pushing up and up and up, which means if this candle is really able to close above this previous candle's wick, the next candle dropping down to creating a bottom wick, it is where we're gonna buy, right? Because this is what proof the price is doing, and this is what proof what I'm saying, what I'm giving you, what I'm revealing to you guys, which means we wait for this price action to be confirmed before the next candle retracement. We then start buying over here, okay? So for today, that's all I'm gonna be analyzing. So stay tuned to tomorrow, stay tuned to Sunday, where I'll be analyzing on the price action, on the candle closure, on the weekly candle closure, before we're gonna be planning and placing our buy limits for the next week. And then we're gonna start going on the market and start trading. So for today, that's all I'll be here for you guys. See ya.